Hi, we're here working with Genevieve and on corrective makeup today, and we'll utilize foundation, highlight and shadow, and any other corrective features that we want to work on. I'm going to apply a color that's been pretty close match to her complexion, and this one is Ben Nye's Olive Fair. I've ripped my latex sponge into corner off and going to do a little application. Sponging in gently. I'm going to work half her face for this session. I would like you to work both sides of your face for your project. So I'm just lightly tapping in, trying to evenly cover her face, evenly cover her skin. A little bit on the ear, even it down, and the lips, under the eyes. Very nice. All right. So in looking at complexion, one of the things that we want to look for is we're trying to get evenness of a base tone, and in areas that seem to be coming through and drawing attention, we want to make them kind of disappear. One way of doing that is a little redness here and a little darkness under the eyes, and we're going to work to minimize that. To do that, I'm going to powder at this point. Adding some of the powder to the powder puff, drying it just a little bit. Turn the powder puff over and take some away. There we go. And now I want to add a little bit of the white in this case. I'm going to try that just underneath, picking up a little bit coverage of the top of this blemish, and we'll try a little under the eye too. Just a little bit as a concealer. Now they have Ben Nye and other makeup companies do carry a concealer that helps make that disappear. I'm going to blend it out just a little bit. But one trick is being able to use the white will often help make that disappear. Okay, I'm going to powder back over that. A little powder, rubbing the powder into my cake. All right, blending it a little bit. There you go, very nice. Can you look up? Excellent. All right. And now coming back in with some foundation. There we go. That's nicer. Okay. You're okay? You can close your eye. If I'm finding that that's not working enough for me, I can add a little bit of yellow helps as a concealer as well. If especially under the eye here, it helps reduce the amount of purple that comes through. But we're going to go with that right now. It's looking good. Very good. All right, so I've got my foundation in, and now I'm going to start my contours a bit. I've got, I want to bring out some of the natural features that Genevieve's face has, and going to accentuate the eyes a little bit, give her some good strong shape for her nose, and contour her cheeks a bit. So I like to start with the shadow first, and I'm going to use the Ben Nye character shadow. So again, I like to rip my sponge, and I'm going to add some strong shadows to our cheekbones. So let's start about here and just strengthen up cheekbones just a little bit. I'm feeling for right underneath of that cheekbone. Not coming too far into the mouth, but right underneath the cheekbone. Well, I'm going to strengthen up the jawline just a bit, and let me see, cutting it. What the corrective makeup does is helps the eye be drawn, attention be drawn to the areas of the eye and the mouth in particular, and accentuate the shapes of the actor's face. All right. Got a little bit in the temple. Strong there. There we go. A little bit of more shape pushed towards the eye. There we go. Okay. Using a brush, I'm going to do a little bit of work under our eye, right under the eyebrow. And look up, look down. Mm-hmm. And when I'm working, I like to load the brush with the on the makeup, and then use the back of my hand to soften it out a little bit to keep from having big chunks come out. And then I can do quite a bit of blending with this. And if I want to blend more, I can get rid of it and then start pulling it back too. Good. I'm going to give her a little bit of shape around her nostril. A little bit on the lip cleft, under the lip a little bit. A little bit more on the chin. Good. Okay. I'm going to find a little bit more on her nose as well. Bringing this a little sharper. So much of makeup is thinking about the distance too, that we're viewing your makeup from. whether it's a proscenium theater or a black box. The distance is certainly quite always a little bit further away than just we would think it to be if we're doing beauty makeup. We're looking very close for beauty makeup. So trying to push it just a little bit more so we can see it from the distance. Let's settle it out. There we go. Okay, I'm going to smooth this out just a little bit. Very nice. Okay. All right. Let's see. Good. Let's look this way. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. Add into great. All right, now I've put my shadows in. Now I want to accentuate the shadows with a little bit of highlight. And what I'm going to use is the Ben Nye, what do they call it? They call it Ben Nye Ultralight. And in the same kind of way, loading my brush up. I'll use a different part of my back of my hand. I load my brush up, smooth it out, and so I'm gonna actually use the brush on the cheekbone here and accentuate her cheekbone a bit. Brush, jawbone. Tip of her chin, a little bit, tip of her lip, very nice. Nostril flare, coming right down. I'm gonna slim her nose out, nice and straight, just with a brush stroke down the middle. Very thinly, and then bring up the tip just a little bit. If I want to thin out that nose a little bit more, I'm going to bring it a little bit further down and take away the tip. There we go. And slim that nose out completely. There's a lot of different shapes that you can manipulate with the highlight and shadow. And bring up forehead just a little bit, crown up at the top. And this is a very pretty spot there, right here as well, to add a little bit of highlight. Okay. And they look kind of bold right now. I'm going to soften them just a little bit. My sponge. So I'm trying to keep my highlight and shadow separate from each other, not blending into each other. If they do blend, it starts to get muddy, and these two colors especially will start to get kind of purpley and kind of bruised feeling. So you want to keep those colors separate. And I'm not covering over the entire foundation. I'm just picking up spots that are the highlight parts of the shadow. There you go. Bring that there. Nice. Fabulous. Okay. It's kind of warm in here, and it's about time to do that anyway, is to do a little more powder. It's ever really warm, you can just about set with powder just about any time in the process. Nice. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay, so we can see this side. This is this side. Nice. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of work under some eyeliner. So I have a brown pencil here, and I'm going to get a nice edge on the back of my hand as well, warming this edge of the pencil up a little bit, and making sure it's nice and sharp. And I'm going to work on the top of the eye on the second half here, just over the top, and accentuating this eyelash. Okay, look up. Same thing on the bottom. Accentuate it out. Yeah. Just a little bit. I'm going to bring her eye out just a little bit further by bringing the edge. And touch up her eyebrow a little bit. Go backwards, just darkening them just a little bit. Nicely shaped as they are. Okay. Nice. Okay. Add. Now I can punch up the eyeliner too with, I can use mascara of course, but I'm going to use a little bit of this black. And with a small brush, just punch it just a little bit more. Okay, close your eye. Okay. Great. All right. And now I'm going to add a little bit of lip color. In this case, I'm going to keep them fairly natural, but depending upon your character, you may push the lip color a bit, and then some more work, beauty work on the eyes, but I'm going to work pretty natural here. I'm using the, from the contour wheel, I'm using the natural lip color. And just into her lip, just in her lip line, keeping them pretty small in this case. Just accentuate the lip. And tighten up. This, yeah. Okay. Good. If I want to make the lips a little bit fuller, I can take a little bit of the character shadow will work as well. Since these cream makeups work together very well, I can punch it just along the edge just a little bit, overextend it, overextend the lip line, punch them up just a little bit more, outline them. Good. All right, I'm going to give you a little bit of blush now. So using the powder brush, blush in the blush brush, and in just a little bit here. Let's see how this coral looks on you. Just punching up around the edges of the cheeks, apple of the cheeks, little tip of the nose, chin, a bit, maybe up in here too. Seems a little, to warm it up just a little bit. Good. Okay. Looking good. Add a little more foundation like under the eyes. Even that out just a little bit more. Okay. And once again, I'm going to do a little powder so it doesn't smear. It helps blend things together well too. Good. Okay. Fabulous. Let's look this way. And you can see the, good. So hopefully you can see the contouring and the difference. Good job.